Into Red Room, how are you doing? This is a quick video. So I changed my pads brand. So I did a video recently about like periods and pads and stuff like that because I was actually on my period at the time, or about to. And I was using Honey Pot. I decided upon not finding Honey Pot products at the TJ Maxx that I went to that I would try this brand, Rael. Shit, I don't know. It's organic cotton cover pads with leak locker. It's no chlorine, no fragrance, and it's a petite one. So it's not necessarily like a liner because it has the wings and everything like that. Yeah. So let's read. 3 women, 1 mission, native to South Korea. Rael's female founders were frustrated with the lack of period choices in the U.S. That's why they created Rael. It may be a pronunciation thing with like a South Korean, like a Korean pronunciation. I don't know. Naturally effective solutions that support women throughout their cycles. So essentially, it looks like the petite pad, because of the flow meter right there with the 2, is this right here. It's this one. They have the ingredients list on here. Stuff like that if you want to know. And you can find this at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, anywhere that they would sell pads pretty much, or anywhere that has partnered with this brand to sell. This was at TJ Maxx for $3.99, which is cheaper than the Honey Pot. I think Honey Pot you get 16, but generally it's like $5.99, $6.99, somewhere in there. It may be even $7.99, but whatever. But on here it's $3.99, but compared to $6. So normally it probably would be $6 to $8 if you were to go to like a Target or something like that. But at TJ Maxx it's $3.99. So I got that. So I'm gonna try these out. They don't have, I was gonna say the flavored, they don't have the scent. Not the scent, but like the infused herbs. So one of the main selling points of Honey Pot is that it's like infused with like different herb type things going on there. So they have like mint and stuff like that. This doesn't have that. So I'm gonna see how it fares. I'm not really I was gonna say not optimistic, but I'm not really opposed to not using like a scented or whatever, but you know. Oh, okay, it comes in this. So you have the box and then you have these, and it looks like that. This is a wound channel, so you know, I know this, it can kind of go like the way of the vlogs, but yeah, it looks like that. And then this material is kind of like cottony or whatever. That's what it looks like. So I'm a pads person. I think y'all know that. I used to use liners, but I feel like I have slight incontinence also. So I feel like pads just like they just make more sense. They make more sense because I feel like I have slight incontinence like issues. If you don't know what that is, it's just kind of like you kind of leak a little bit. Usually people say that when after they've had like a baby, or like they've had some sort of procedure down there, or you're older. Usually incontinence is like a issue, but I just feel like I have incontinence, maybe because I'm diabetic. And when you are actually, let's do this now, when you are a little bit out of whack, one of the main signs that your glucose levels are out of whack and you need to kind of like recalibrate yourself, diet, medication, stuff like that, is when you have to pee a lot, and you can't hold your pee like you have a increased frequency, like from what I read, increased frequency, because I'm not a doctor, increased frequency, and then you're kind of like leaking a little bit, or you're at risk of kind of like peeing yourself. And I have peed myself when I was newly diagnosed, and I was not taking this shit seriously. Like my my levels were like really high. So yeah, I've actually peed myself. I've actually peed myself. So there's that. So I am excited to kind of use these because I've had the honey pot for, I think I've used it at least for a year since my like PCOS has kind of shifted, and I've kind of been able to menstruate on a consistent like monthly basis, if not monthly, you know, maybe skip a month and then it goes back. Since I'm more on a regular basis now, I've been using honey pot. I don't really use like the conventional brands anymore, and I don't see any incentive of going there, mainly because of the cotton practices and stuff like that. Like I just kind of find that I want to support businesses that are more about the organic cotton, they're more about the reusable packaging, they're more about like herbal infuses, stuff like that. So there's that. On another note, I am getting a root canal, and that means that I've had horrible dental hygiene up until this point. And I hadn't gone to a dentist for like over a year, and that's really bad because dental care is like really essential, because if your dental gets out of whack, like you have rotting teeth and stuff like that, like that can be a major health issue. Like I've kind of learned that, not necessarily through experience, but I'm just saying like when we're researching like, you know, broken chipped teeth and rotting teeth and having a bunch of cavities, like that stuff can get into your bloodstream, the bacteria, and then you end up having a host of problems. So yeah, it's really like interesting how dental care is kind of overlooked when we talk about healthcare. It's usually about like the body, like the organs and stuff like that, but teeth are bones, like they're bone. So you know, like we should really kind of pay attention to them. Like we should really pay attention. And dental care is so, because we talk about also like long wait lists for like different procedures and stuff like that, but like what I've learned through this like dental experience is that like getting dental taken care of is like a long process, because I went in March to do the initial thing to get my teeth clean, because I was like, oh, maybe it's just like a filling and stuff like that, and then learn I had to do a root canal. I went in April, and then they just looked at it, and then they scheduled an appointment for the real thing this month. So it's been like 2 months of just getting the schedule for the actual procedure done. Right? Like just getting the actual procedure took 2 months. Getting it scheduled took two whole months. So it's like the gap between going to see the person and and places are booked out usually until like like months in advance. Like one of the places I called a central place, and she was like, I called that place, and she was like, yeah, we're booked until like May or something like that, just to get seen, like the first, like just to see someone. And I was like, oh god, like this hurts so bad, like I don't think I can like deal with that, because it ended up being like I need a root canal. So it's like, you know, I was not gonna make it to have the initial meeting be in May or June or August or whatever, somewhere in between. It's sometime either slightly before summer or summer, and no, I couldn't do that. So yeah, I did the initial thing, got referred because we realized we need to evaluate this to see if it's a root canal. And then finally confirmed at the second appointment at another place I got referred to do the root canal. And now the root canal is taking place this month. So dental care is really important, and I feel like we need more dental health advocates. Not just like the brushing and the flossing and stuff like that, but I'm talking about like really like dental can like F you up. And dental is just one of those things that we never talk about for some reason. Like I said, we always talk about like make sure your joints, make sure your organs, your heart health, you know, your reproductive health. But we never really talk about, like, even we talk about our skin more than we talk about our teeth. And that's like so interesting to me. I don't know. This has just made me like realize that we really don't talk about health in many different forms, to the point. Anyway, so I have I am trying to get better with the dental. Obviously, if I need this to get better with the dental. So with that, one of the things is using mouthwash. I wasn't a really big mouthwasher, not a really big flosser to be honest either, which is part of the fucking reason, and I eat a lot of sweets. So I try now to do at least the mouthwash thing. I was using Theraneem Naturals, and I still am going to purchase it. It's just the place that I want to go just wasn't, I just didn't feel like going there. So I tend to not use, I wasn't using fluoride toothpaste. I switched back and I was like, let's go back. And you know, the dude, the guy, the doctor was like, you have pretty good teeth. I'm thinking, now how the fuck am I going to be here if I have pretty good teeth? No. He's like, you have pretty good teeth. Like, sir, you're going to do a root canal to try and save this tooth. Like, I don't know if what you're seeing is completely accurate. But thank you. I guess the other teeth that I got going on in there ain't this toe up. Is this one tooth? This is one tooth. He was like, yeah, the other tooth that they were talking about, you can just go ahead and get a feeling with that. This one definitely is like, thanks. So yeah, I'm back on a fluoride toothpaste. And I might go off of it just in case. It's more likely a diet thing because I'm just a sweets addict. Sweets addict, and then needing to brush and floss, particularly floss, because yeah, I did have like she said bone loss, like the initial thing that I did, bone loss, because of the So that. So I'm using a mouthwash. I think I showed you guys the mouth rinse that is probiotic. So this, you obviously after you brush your teeth you use it. That one is before you brush your teeth. You use it for 30 seconds to kind of like recalibrate your mouth. So I kind of am interested in Ayurveda, and so this kind of pulls from that with the kind of like the herbs and stuff like that. So it has neem. It has aloe vera, it has spearmint in here, it has clove, star anise, white thyme, stuff like that. And I ran out of this, and I went back to this brand. So this is the Theraneem Naturals. And then I went to Aromir, which is basically another Ayurvedic mouthwash. I just like Ayurvedic mouthwashes. This range of this. Now this doesn't have fluoride or anything like that, so you know, if you are down with fluoride, then this ain't the brand for you. But I'm okay with this not being like fluoride. But yeah, this basically has the same ingredients plus like 15 others, and most of them are just like things like mint, clove, still neem, rose apple, Persian walnut, various like barks, stuff like that. So I'm going to use this. In the future, you can get both of these if you're in the US. This one more likely at like a health food type store, so like a Sprouts, a Mom's, Wegmans perhaps. No, not Wegmans. I don't think Wegmans would have this, but yeah, try places that are more health store oriented, your local health food store, like the independent mom and pop, their website basically. And then Aromir is kind of like the same, more health food stores. This one be probably more health food stores, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, stores like that. And then they have like toothpaste and stuff like that. So if you want to check them out, go for it. But I'm kind of interested, back to the original thing, the pads. I'll let you guys know if I like them, because the honey pot, I like the honey pot, but I'll see how this works, these. And then I'm gonna continue on with this, and I'm gonna continue with the probiotic. I think it's probiotic, it could be prebiotic, but I think it's probiotic mouth swig thing that you use before you brush. And I'll give you updates as I like kind of recover from the root canal, what I kind of think. So that was it. It's pretty long. I didn't expect this to be 15 minutes long, but yeah, it's pretty interesting. So let me know how you, I might talk about sun care at some point also, because it's important. But let me know what your thoughts are. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Oh, I was supposed to take the camera off the thing instead of ending the video. Okay, bye for real.